You had your chances there today, caused quite a few problems.
Yeah, I think we did have our chances, and that's the frustrating thing today. You compare this game to our previous encounters against Manchester City, I think that's the most we've created by a long way. I thought we were a constant menace to them. I think physically we were good, because it was a really tough afternoon. I mean, the conditions without the ball for a long spells in the match, we really had to dig in, and the lads left everything on the pitch, which is all I can ask of them.
Why do you think it was, compared to the equivalent fixture last season, why do you think, what made the difference today in you being able to create so many more problems than you were in the game?
I think a couple of things. I think just the strength of the team I was able to pick. I thought today's team was a lot stronger physically than that team. I think we had injuries at the back end of last season, and we were stretched to a degree. But today's team had a lot of pace, power in it, and I thought we were efficient in the situations that we needed to be. So I thought we were a lot better on the ball today. In those moments on the counter attack, in those transitions, I thought our bravery was good, and we're frustrated to lose, of course, but a lot of positives to take.
What's the injury news on Daniels? What's he done?
I don't know exactly what he's done, but I know it's potentially serious. To see a player go off on a stretcher like that, and in the amount of pain that he was, you fear for the worst. But until we get a proper diagnosis, it's difficult to give you definites. But we're concerned for him.
Was it knee ligaments?
It was his knee. I don't know what it is regarding the knee.
You pitched on crutches on the telly Eddie afterwards. Just how tough is that after he's come back from an knee injury? So I know it's the opposite knee this time, I believe. How hard is that to take?
Yeah, it's such a tough one for him. It's such a tough one for us. It's a real blow for the club, really, because he's such a popular member of the squad, such a valued player, and he's worked so hard to get back fit. He's done everything right, and he's felt so good. To suddenly sort of break like that is desperately disappointing.
You've seen him first time, like you say, working through to get back from that. Just how hard is it mentally if he's got to go through it again?
Yeah, it's incredibly tough, but he's got the strength of character to do it. He'll need picking up for sure, and he needed a lot of support initially, but he'll get that from us.
Great goal by Harry.
Yeah, an incredible goal. I mean, saw him do it so many times for Derby last year, in big games for them, and when we got the free kick, you hoped he might deliver something, but then to actually see what he did it was an incredible goal, and at a time when we needed that lift, because it's really tough to chase a 2-goal deficit against this team. You leave yourself too open, you can be really punished and exposed. So I thought that gave us a lifeline going into half-time.
City were quite physical. They seem to give hard challenges in there, which people maybe don't always notice about.
I think it was that kind of game. I think they had to be, because I thought we were. So I think they knew they were in a game, and I think that was important for us today. I think we had to leave our supporters know we've given everything to try and win the match. We've tried to compete against one of the best club teams in the world, and we've done that, and we can't ask any more.
Eddie, what was your view of the challenge that Edison was booked for? Do you think that could have been a red card?
I thought the one that could have been a red card was Kyle Walker's two challenges. The second one was a yellow. I thought the first one was as well. Edison's one, I think's just about right.
Eddie, on the dead ball, obviously Harry Davis, he's shown his class at Derby last season. With him, Ryan Fraser, Junior Stanislas to come back in. There's some real options there, isn't there? It's going to be competition for free kicks.
Yeah, I think Harry will probably want the next one, but it's good to see. I think going back historically, I don't think we've scored too many. I think Junior scored that big one against West Brom, and Ryan scored down the years, I think, a couple of important ones. But it's great to have that in your armoury. You're going to need goals from everywhere this year.
You said you saw it in Derby. Have you already seen it in training as well since he's come in?
Yeah, he practices them regularly, so he's one that gets the reward for the work on the training ground. So it's great to see.
You've now lost, I think it's lost 13 games in a row against City. Do the players get almost a psychological thing about select teams?
I don't think so. I think a lot of those defeats were probably before some of the guys were born. I just think you're talking about an elite team. You know, it's not a record we're proud of. But if you're going to have it against somebody, then they're probably the best ones to have it against, because I've got a lot of time for obviously their manager and the way that they play, and their players were of high class today because they really knuckled down. We made it difficult for them, but they played very well as well.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.